Okay, friends, here we go again. Miss Boyd back at you live with another screencast. Okay, so this time though we are reviewing for our Mid-Module 2 assessment. The way that we're going to do this screencast, I'm going to do one question at a time. I'm going to put the timestamps for the video in the description, so that way you can just click on that time and it'll take you to that question. So that way if you don't need to watch all 10 questions, you don't need to watch all 10 questions. But if you didn't get it and you need to go back and watch it a third, a fourth, a 17th time, you can do that. And you can even watch it at home if you get confused as well. But please watch the video if you missed the question. Jesus, take the wheel. Okay, here we go. Number one. What we're doing here is we are completing this chart, taking expressions, putting them in word form, in standard form, and then find the value of the expression. Just a little reminder, the value means the answer. Okay, here we go. So look at A. 40 times the sum of 54 and 26. I'm going to go ahead and highlight my solution word here in pink because pink is cute. Sum. We are finding the sum. So remember, when you see solution words, that means I need parentheses. So I know in parentheses, I'm looking for 54 plus 26 because I know the sum is the answer to an addition problem. Now I know that that also needs to be, I need to find what 40 times that is. So I'm going to put 40 times 54 plus 26. All right, so now we need to find the value of the expression. So 54 plus 26 is 80. So I'm looking for 80 times 40. I know that 8 times 4 is 32, and I need to add 2 extra zeros. So the value of the expression is 3,200. Looking at B, divide the difference between 1,400 and 400 by 5. Difference is my solution word here, so I've highlighted it. I know that the difference means I need to subtract. So I am going to go ahead and put in parentheses 1,400 minus 400. Now, this is where a lot of you are going to get confused because it says divide the difference by 5, not 5 divided by the difference. Listen to the order. It's difference divided by 5. So that's why I have my expression divided by 5. And now we find the value. 1,400 minus 400 is just 1,000. And 1,000 divided by 5 is 200. C, the sum, go ahead and stop there. The sum of 26 15s and 14 15s. This is unit form. See, it has numbers and words. Remember, when the units, let me back up. Let's go ahead and write that. 26 15s means 26 groups of 15. If I hear I'm looking for groups of something, not equal groups, I'm looking for groups of something, I'm trying to multiply. So I am looking for 26 groups of 15 plus 14 groups of 15. I know it's plus because it has sum right there. So, again, our units are the same. They're both multiplying by 15. I'm looking for groups of 15. So remember, when the units are the same, use the word cats instead. So we're talking about the sum of 26 cats and 14 cats. 26 and 14, I had a brain fart, is 40. So I'm looking for 40 groups of cats, 40 cats, or 40 groups of 15. So 40 times 15 is 300 is the value of that expression. You can also multiply it out and add it up if you want. That's just a lot more work than you probably need to do. All right, here we go. D, 10 times the sum of 22 and 8. Again, I'm looking for 22 and 8 in parentheses, plus because I see the word sum. So I'm looking for 10 times that sum. I know that 22 plus 8 is 30, and 30 times 10 is 300. So the value of this expression is also 300. Now it gives us two expressions. It wants us to find the word form and then find the value. So right here, looking at this, I see I've got parentheses, so I know I need to use a solution word, and they are adding. So I know that solution word is going to be the sum. So I'm going to look at it in order, like I'm reading it like a sentence, starting with 15. So we're going to start with 15. I see multiplication, so I know that means times. 15 times the sum of 150 and 50. I cannot write 15 times 150 plus 50 because I do not use the solution word sum, so I would not use parentheses. And it already has parentheses there, so you have to use the solution word of sum. So now we evaluate. 150 times 50 is plus 50 is 200. And 15 times 200 is 3,000. All right, so then here, now it gives it to us in reverse order. It puts the multiplication at the end and the parentheses at the beginning. So all we're going to do is we're going to use the same situation we have here. We just have to change the order so it reads the same way. So we're going to start with the sum because parentheses come first. The sum of 260 and 740 times 13. I cannot say 760 plus 740 times 13 because I didn't use a solution word. You have to use a solution word if there are parentheses because that means you're multiplying the answer to this problem right here. So now we add 760, oh my goodness, 260 plus 740 is going to give you 1,000. And 1,000 times 13 is 13,000. All right, let's move on to number 2. Without calculating, compare the expressions below using less than, greater than, or equal to. Without calculating, that means you are not solving these problems. You're just looking at them and determining if they're going to be greater than, less than, or equal to. I already know 100 times 4 is 400. Now looking over here, I know I have to do parentheses first. So 6 minus 2 is 4. So I'm looking at 100 times 4. These two expressions are equal to. Over here, so we have 24 times 12. And then we have 26 12s minus 3 12s. Remember, we are in unit form, so we can just subtract these two numbers and then make that groups of 12. So 26 minus 3 is 23. So I'm looking at 23 12s right here. Now this is 24 groups of 12. So this expression is greater than this one. 24 groups of 12 is greater than 23 12s. So then here we have 24 times 19. So I can look over here and see my unit is 24s. So I'm looking at 19 groups of 24 right here. But here I'm looking at 9 24s. And 9 doubled equals 18. So this is actually 18 24s. Here, oh here, we can put 26 minus 3 equals 23. Okay, so this is the same thing as 19 24s. And 19 24s is greater than 18 24s. All right, let's move on to number 3. Use an area model to find the product of 614 and 44. Be sure to circle the final product. Okay, so it's 3 across the top and 2 up and down. So I start with 614. I'm going to go ahead and decompose that into 600 plus 10 plus 4. I'm going to decompose 44 as 40 plus 4. And I know the 4 goes on top and the 40 goes on bottom. So here I have 4 times 600, which is 2,400. Here I'm looking at 4 times 10, which is 40. And we have 4 times 4, which is 16. Here I have 40 times 600, which is 24,000. I have 40 times 10, which is 400. And I have 40 times 4, which is 160. And now we find our partial products. I don't have a lot of room over here, so I'm going to write it down here. 2,400 plus 40 plus 16 is 2,456. 24,000 plus 400 plus 160 is 24,560. And now we add. I have 6, 11, 10, 7, and 2. So that leaves me with 27,016.